has also been a new government in Israel, which is a very important strategic partner for India. And a very unusual coalition of political parties has come to power. And these are parties that cut across this political spectrum. How do you see this new government impacting the region and also India's relations with Israel?
Well, as we know that this government, many people thought was a welcome change because of Netanyahu's very eloquent and very muscular policies in the region, which had alienated quite a few, but at the same time, he had his own downside as well. As far as personal relations are concerned, I would say that relations between Netanyahu and Prime Minister Modi were very good. So from that perspective, our relations can be said to be excellent. On the other hand, the Israel's relations with India are truly strategic in many ways, especially because security is the basis of our technology, is the basis of our bilateral interaction and the friend. So in the last quarter century plus, the relationship has really moved in a highly strategic domain. So we are not worried whoever comes to power. In fact, if you'll remember, I was on the desk at the time in ministry when we upgraded our diplomatic ties with Israel in 1992. And at that time, the government was that of PV Narasimha Rao. We were congressmen. So across the spectrum, there is an acceptance in India and in Israel about the prominence of the relationship with India. So we don't feel the change of government there or here can have any impact. Of course, they would prefer India to be far more supportive public domain as far as Israel-Palestine issues are concerned, or Israel or Iranian issues are concerned. But India has maintained a new policy in vis-a-vis Palestine and Israel, and that is called dehyphenation, which means we'll deal with each on the same terms, even though we continue to promote a two-state solution. We promote dialogue between the two sides, early resolution of the conflict, because that is central to peace in the region. And therefore, I think that this government's foreign policy, I would say there may not be a great change, but it might be tempered by virtue of its composition. Because see, there are all kinds of parties, including the Arab Party, RAM Party, which is part of this coalition. And their current survival is plank of anti-Netanyahu. That's it. So they are close to Americans. They are trying to woo the Jewish community back, which is the most powerful reason for the continued American engagement. They are maintaining good relations with the Russians. They have good relations with the Chinese. They're trying to go out in Africa as well. Plus, they are making an outreach to other countries in the region, except Iran is their major problem. And I think that'll be one thing that will decide on how things will eventually move, because they are not happy with the idea that Americans come back to the Biden administration.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.